Hello. So what do you want to change today?
I think I feel like I'm about to vent, but then I'm not trying. Like I don't want to vent, so I want to really talk more openly. But let me stop myself from venting.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So the area that I need my to sort it out is it's my life. Basically, I have been afraid of taking another step. Like I'm a full-time nanny. I'm also a writer, I'm an author. Um, but I've had this urge to leave my job and be a full-time writer and do my things, but then I'm kind of like skeptical, like, should I do it or maybe I shouldn't do it? Is it worth going after you know, this passion, this dream, saying, "Oh, I want to do it." Like, is it worth it for me to do all that? So this is what has been really bothering me, like in terms of like making decisions, because I'm like, oh, I don't want to disappoint her if I say, okay, I'm going to be a full-time writer now, and then I quit my job, and then I'm like, oh, she's gonna feel so bad. So I feel like I'm stuck in between, like on what to do exactly.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
So let me see if I understood your situation correctly. You're a full-time
Yes.
nanny and you have a passion for writing. You are an author. And now you're thinking you want to devote more time to your writing and you want to quit your job. But at the same time, you don't know if it's gonna be worth quitting your job, and you also feel a little bad about your customers, your clients, because you're about to quit your job, and that'll make them feel bad, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, okay, then I want to just ask a few questions to understand the problem a little bit better. So, why is there a need to quit the job?
I feel like I'm not growing enough. Like I always feel like if I go to a certain environment, if I start another job, I'm expecting to have some sort of growth in my life. I have to evolve as a person. And but I'm not getting that in this criteria. It's
Mm,
very hard. It's daunting and it takes most of my time. And at the end of the day, my other like my writing things, it's I don't end up doing it because I'm tired, I want to sleep, and then it's just taking most of my time. And of course I love taking kids are nice, yeah, kids are nice and all that, but I feel like my time is being invested there with the kids and everything all that, instead of me choosing me, like saying, okay, I'm going to speak for myself. I'm gonna do me. I'm gonna start because I always live with this card. Like you only live once. Sometimes you just have to take risks and just go out there and just live a little. So yeah.
okay, all right. So, what do you think is preventing you from making a decision today?
I think it's to let actually it's like seeing someone sad, like letting them down. Of course I tell them like, oh, of course I'm gonna quit this job. I want to do this, I want to do this, and then I feel like I don't have the courage to do that. I'm not very good at making like bold statement, like bold change. I'm always thinking about like, oh, but what if I just she's gonna feel so bad or he's gonna feel so bad if I do this. But then at the end of the day, it's me who is suffering. I know it sounds a bit selfish, but I feel like it's me who is suffering, who is not getting anything and growth. And I feel like I need growth. I need to be challenged. I need something that is very hard, that is going to make me like think. And right now, I feel like I'm not growing.
Okay. All right. So Now, I'm gonna ask you, can you give me $10,000?
Can I give you $10,000?
Yeah,
Like,
right now,
um, no.
right?
Yeah.
So, what this exchange tells me is that you have the ability to say no, right?
Mhm.
But now, even the things that you know how to do well, it's
Mhm.
going to be affected if you're not feeling like you're in the zone to that for that activity. So for example, you're probably really good at writing. You're probably really good at taking care of babies, right? Taking care of kids.
Yes.
But like you said, when you're tired and you're frustrated, the thing that you know how to do, writing, you can't really do that well.
Absolutely.
And even taking care of the kids, playing with them, you know how to do it. But when you're so stressed about, there's no growth here, and I need to take this responsibility for my life. But when you're in that zone, it's hard to take care of the kids in an effective way. So what I'm saying is, it's the same action, but how you, what zone you're in as you do the action is gonna really make an impact on the action. So right now, you have the experience of saying no to me.
Yes.
And that was fairly easy, right? But if you're in that zone of, but they're gonna feel bad, and I'm not really good at making these big decisions, you understand how it's gonna be really hard to do the same thing.
Yes.
Yeah? So now,
Absolutely.
um, that's the whole premise of everything. That's the underlying thing behind everything. And now I want to give you some tools. So when you're feeling this like, but I can't. So just for now, imagine talking to the parents, talking to your clients and saying, "Hey, I'm really sorry, but I have to stop. I'm gonna quit this job." And when you imagine yourself doing that, do you feel that emotion coming up like, this is really difficult? Is it coming up for you right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Where are you feeling it in your body?
I feel it in my heart, and it's my heart in my head, because I'm thinking like, I'm gonna look like I'm an awful person. But then and then I'll be like, but I'm taking charge of my life. Is it a bad thing? Does that does that really make me to be a bad person? And then so really these are the things that I actually like ask myself. And then yeah, they make me I don't know, it makes me scared to actually go and confront the situation, because I'll be thinking about their feelings and say, oh, does this really make me to be an awful person to do just take a bold move and say, okay, this is what I'm going to do.
You said scared, right? Where does
Yes.
scared live in your body?
I feel like she was like around my body, like I usually
Oh,
like,
the
yeah.
scared just bounces around your body.
Yes.
How big is scared?
How big is it? It's not really like terrifying, but it's just like, I'm just scared to do that.
Yeah,
And yeah,
okay. So, like, is it in the shape of a ball, like when it's moving around, or is it like an animal? What shape is it? That scared feeling.
the circle.
It's a circle.
Yes.
What color?
Because red.
Red. Okay, so it's a red circle going around everywhere.
Yes.
And that's
And
your, go ahead.
I'm saying it to be going in circles, like it's a journey, like it's a cycle, like should I do it? And then I'm like, oh, I'm so scared. Oh, but then I'm like, oh, no, no, no. So yeah.
That rotation that you were just doing, can you continue doing it?
Like this. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so why we're doing this is because our feelings, they usually have a spin to it, okay?
Oh,
And so you were when you were saying scared, you were doing this.
I didn't even notice.
So that's the spin of that scared energy. So no, now what I need you to do is reverse that spin. Can you do that for me?
It feels liberating.
It feels a little awkward, right?
Yeah. And liberating. There's some liberation to it.
Yeah, okay. So let's continue just doing that. And we're gonna continue doing this as we continue to talk. Okay, so this circle is just moving around so fast. What
Mm.
needs to happen to that circle to change?
I need to speak for myself.
When you speak for yourself, what does the circle do?
It actually slows down.
Ah, okay. So the circle slows down. What else are you noticing about the circle?
It's getting smaller and smaller
Hmm.
and
And when it's that small, what can you do with it?
I feel like I can just take it and throw it away or just squeeze it because it's
Okay, where do you want to throw it away to?
up in the air.
Okay, up in the air. So let's do that. You're gonna hold that circle in your head and you're gonna throw it up.
Okay. It's gone.
Yeah, all right.
It feels good.
Yeah.
Liberating.
So now you feel liberated, that's good. But what's another feeling that you want to invite to your body right now?
Uh,
What
I
feels
don't want
good to you?
I don't want to be scared of change and challenges. I should be able to embrace. I feel like in every decision, there's a reaction, and then there's an action, and then there are consequences.
What feeling would embolden you? What feeling would make you feel like, yeah, I can do it? What feeling? What would you like to feel instead?
Happy,
Happy.
happy.
When have you felt happy before?
Oh, wait. 3 years ago,
Uh-huh.
yeah, I 3 years ago, I was a I was doing my own thing, and I was happy,
Ah.
and I didn't have all this all this pressure, and I was just taking risks. I was just taking chances, and I was happy. I was happy that I was doing my own thing, and I was happy that I was really making my own decisions by myself, and I was not scared
Ah.
to.
Yeah. What does that feeling look like? Not that feeling of being happy and no pressure. No, just no pressure. What does that feeling look like?
It's very light,
Mm.
white. It makes me, I don't know, it's like I don't have to, I'm not carrying anything on my shoulders. It's just
Ah.
me, just like raw, letting life roll on its own with me.
Mm.
But I was present in the moment. I was in the moment with life. That's how it feels like.
Yeah, so you're feeling it, you're feeling that right now, right? Now, with this feeling on your shoulder where everything's so light, with this feeling, you talk to your client about how you're gonna quit your job. What's different now?
It's light. I'm not scared.
Mm.
I'm being truthful. I'm not lying. I'm not sad. I'm not angry. I'm just I'm I'm being truthful and it feels very light.
And again,
And I'm excited for this new journey.
yeah.
Yeah, that's how I feel.
And moreover, you said no pressure, right?
Yeah,
There's no pressure to continue your job. There's no pressure to quit your job. But instead, you're the one who's making that decision. And there's a lot of power inside of that, right?
yes.
And
Means I'm taking responsibility of my life.
yeah,
And I'm
and
making this yeah, and I'm happy
yeah.
about the decision.
And as you feel this lightness, now go to your desk and imagine writing. What's different about the writing experience now?
Feels nice.
Hmm. Because you already know how to write so well, but now you're in this happy, just
Environment.
environment, and everything is going so great. And so when you're writing, can you just see the words just filling up the page after page? And
It's easy.
yeah,
It's easy and I'm not tired and I'm able to think clearly. Like when you write, it's like you don't make up the words, but that your words just come to you.
yeah.
And honestly, I would write and then I'll be like, oh, I'm so tired. I don't
Mhm.
want to do this job anymore. It's taking most of my time. There's no growth in it. There are no challenges. Because I feel like each and every human being here on earth, we need challenges because they make us to be better people. And yeah,
Yeah.
and I don't have challenges. It's just like you just have to do this, then you have to do this, and it's like a routine, and then it becomes boring because it's like it's engraved into your head, and what you're supposed to do, and it doesn't really surprise you that much.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah,
And so the one other thing that I want to do is there are times when you're gonna feel scared again, right? Because being scared is a feeling that just happens. But 3 years ago, 3 years ago, you had a really happy experience. And
yeah.
now I want that you from 3 years ago to give you a message today. What
Wow.
does that happy 3 years ago you want to tell you, the current you, who has been so stressed, who has been so pressured until today? That happy you, what message does that happy you have for you right now?
You got this,
Mm.
and don't be afraid to take on new challenges because life is about that. And you sometimes you just have to be bold. Sometimes you have to take that risk. Sometimes you have to step out of your comfort zone and do your thing. Sometimes it might be uncomfortable, but it will be worth it.
Okay. Now, I want your future you. So, 3 years later, when you've already taken the risk, when you've already been responsible for yourself for 3 years now, when you're already having done everything that you were talking about today, you've done that for 3 years.
Yes,
What does that future you say to you after having done all of that?
you were just scared for nothing.
Hmm.
Look at you did this. So why are you scared? Why didn't you make that decision sooner? Why did you? Wow.
From the future use perspective, it's so trivial right now, right?
Yeah. Wow. It's crazy.
Yeah. And
It's
it,
just the words came on their own.
because you are never just by yourself. You are always connected to the past you. You're always connected to the future you. So the present you is just a small part of yourself.
It's just a small. And I always thought that it's once you're done with the past, it's like you're done. You can go back and reflect, but you can't really communicate with your past self. But then this has actually made me realize that yes, you can communicate and you can get some of the answers through the past.
Yeah. All right.
Great.
What else is
This,
coming up for you? What else is coming up?
I'm just this has actually made me have more courage, and it's something that is actually has been on my mind for since last year, because I'd been thinking maybe I shouldn't do this, but I'm like, but I have to do this. It's necessary for me to do this, and I'm actually happy that I have more clarity on my decision right now.
Yeah. And the very cool thing is, I just asked you questions. You're the one who came up with everything in your life. And so I want you to know that that resource of knowing what's best for you is always inside of you. It's not in me, it's not in any other therapist or life coach. The answer for your life is inside of you.
Interesting. So the answers were already inside of me. I just had to look in the right direction and get it.
Yep.
It's I feel like this decision is going to really change a lot about my life, but me being truthful because it's something that I always wanted to do. I don't want to lie to people because I hate lying to people. Say, oh well, yeah, of course I'm gonna keep doing this job and things like that. But and then now I feel so liberated that I don't have to lie anymore. The only thing that I have to do is tell my truth.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
I'm gonna end the recording, but we can talk a little bit more afterwards, okay?
Okay.